Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hawaii Comedy with James Money podcast on this late night. It's been a while. I've been away. I'm taking a break. I guess you can say end of season 1 of the Marvel cinematic universe of the Hawaii Comedy with James Money superhero podcast. Actually, haven't been taking a break from it, focusing on doing stand up, and actually traveled to LA for a weekend. So took some time, filmed a thing with some people, and then did some stand up. So been away, but I'm back. I think trying to remember how to get this thing rolling. Broke the momentum. Silly me. Okay, that and that. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, there it is. Boom, that. Add that. Do that. Oh yeah. Let's start the show.
Live from the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's Hawaii Comedy with your host, James Money. Live from the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's Hawaii Comedy with your host, James Money.
Island days, clear blue water, and mountain ranges and dancing daughters. I can't get enough of these island days. Won't you take me back to Honolulu? Yeah, that surf is high and I am too. Sing songs all night long. I live in these island days. Oh, they told me not to fall in love, but I just could not help myself. Oh, I missed my flight again. I was sleeping here with my new friend. Oh, yeah. Island days, clear blue water, and mountain ranges and beautiful daughters. Yeah, I can't get enough of these island days.
Yes, I have returned. Big shout out to Tavana. Thank you so much for that beautiful music. Go check out Tavana at Tavana808.com. Check out his website. Find out where he's performing. Get his merch. Very talented local artist. You can get him at Tavana808.com. I am the comedian James Money. And I still have on these beautiful shirts, the Oahu Golf Apparel shirts. Join Team OGA, OGA. They have, you can check out their website, oahugolfapparel.com. They have golf apparel, hats, t-shirts, golf accessories, are locally produced here in Honolulu, Hawaii. They offer fun, stylish activewear for on or off the course. Make Oahu Golf Apparel a part of your game. Reason why I like these shirts, first of all, they're comfortable, they're huge, they're really light and flexible. This is a 6X that I'm wearing. You can see all of it, but it's a 6X. So they make them for the big people. So big people, if you're looking for some stylish and comfortable, beautiful shirts, you can wear this at work, man. It's got a collar, or local Hawaii nice places. where this is enough, this is sufficient. Get yourself one of these shirts at oahugolfapparel.com. Before I continue, I got to give out the phone number. We're going through tough times, economically, emotionally. Things is crazy. We're trying to push through, trying to survive. Please, if you were thinking about hurting yourself, please don't. Either reach out to a friend, talk to someone. If you want to talk to somebody anonymous, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK, TALK. They can either help you out or point you in the right direction. Hit me up in the DMs or email me, comedianjamesmoney@gmail.com, or go to any of my social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. On Twitter, I'm James_Mane, M-A-N-E. Everywhere else, I'm at Comedian James Mane. Hit me up. Let's chat. I got time. I wish I was busier, but that is not the case. But anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Petey, party people. Cool. This is, so who is NN? Sup, brother? How you? All muscle. Oh, I wish. Man. See, this is one of those situations where I would like to say hello to you. I just don't know who NN is. So let's see. Let's guess. Let's look at the picture. Looks like a Polynesian character playing pool. NN. Nesian 9. Could it be? I mean, I'm guessing. Yeah. He's gonna laugh. Oh, my high school schoolmate, classmate, Dave Espina. What's up, brother? It's late. Are you guys still out? I figure I podcast this late. That way, nobody be on. But I appreciate you guys being on. BYU Hawaii Sea Cider. Is this Sea Cider? I thought it was like Sea Rider. But I mean, you would know. Yeah. Long time no see. Yeah, I kind of took a break from doing the podcast. Usually people do like one a week or maybe one every 2 weeks. I did like two times a week, sometimes 3 or 4 times a week. I was trying to get as many episodes out there quickly. So I get 25 episodes in 2 months or something like that. Started I think mid-February and went into early April. I think the last episode was when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face. Okay, need some laughs before bed. All right, I better be on my A game and make you laugh before you go to bed. See Safari Muse, what's up, Oos? Thank you. We're gonna. So this is, I guess, season 2 of the podcast. I'm gonna make some changes. There's people that, I guess, as I talk to people, find out what interests them, and so even you guys, if you guys have, something you want to add or something that you like that I do or don't like that I do, let me know. And then the podcast will, as Bruce Lee says, be like water, where it keeps changing, it keeps flowing, it takes the shape of the cup, and the cup is what the people want. And the people want, they will get, because I need to give the people what they want. I mean, of course, it'll still be me. I'll still be a fool. Johnny Rocks Hollywood, up late night. Yes, it was great to work with you as well. Johnny Rocks Hollywood, who's loyal to, I was going to say the podcast, but really loyal, a loyal fan, supporter of me, and It was great to see. It's funny. So there's been shows where Johnny has been put in situations where, like, so he's good. He's a good host, and there's been situations where he shows up to the show, and then they put him somewhere else. And it's the attitude that Johnny has. I love it, because you book him for a specific thing, and he's really good at that thing. But then when you put him somewhere else, it's not that it hurts his performance. It's the comfort and the happiness. That you kind of take that away from him. So it was good to see him hosting at Blue Note, and you were in your world. You owned that stage. You owned that, and you owned that green room. It was like, this is Johnny's house. Everybody else is here performing. Let's start the show. I loved it. So good to see you again, Johnny, and good working with you. And also love talking trash, not bad trash, but poking fun and talking with your husband. So when he was there, we were in the green room, and we're chatting it up. It's such a good humor, and he's such a really good guy. See, Safari Muse, I was wondering if you saw Dave Chappelle being attacked on his Netflix special by a fan. Yes, I did. In fact, that night, it was a Tuesday night, and I just got home from performing at Slack Key, which is in Hawaiian Brian's, which I do every Tuesday night. To those of you who are on Oahu or in Honolulu or Waikiki, if you're here on a Tuesday, come check us out. Come get on my guest list. I'll put you, no problems. And I got home, and I saw it on social media, on Instagram. No, TikTok. So at his shows, when he performs, he's very strict with cell phones and cameras and any recording mechanisms. So it's like 1,000% no, do not. So a lot of people were posting after the show saying, "Oh my goodness, I was just at this show, and somebody attacked Dave Chappelle, and then everybody was stomping it." And one of them just so happened to be my friend, who hilariously is a flight attendant. So those of you for Hawaiian Airlines, so those of you that know or have seen me perform stand up, you know that I have a gripe against flight attendants. It's a joke, all right, but I think one of the first times I did the joke, she was like the first Hawaiian Air that was in the crowd while I was doing this joke about how much I hate them, which I don't, because I have a lot of friends that work at Hawaiian Air and are really nice people. Maybe I should change the airlines. But anyways, the airlines that I tell the joke about. So one of my friends was there. We were DMing, and she was saying that the person rushed him, kind of threw his shoulder into him, and then tried to get away. And everybody, the security, Jamie Foxx, they were there, and they started to. He went backstage, but they beat his ass. I mean, you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys seen the pictures by now where the dude's arm is bent the wrong way, and the dude has a lump on his forehead. It's crazy. Some people are saying stuff like, see what Will Smith started. In fact, Chris Rock was there and said on the mic, "Was that Will Smith?" jokingly. But comedians have been attacked before because of pushing the edge or finding the edge, pushing the envelope. We go there, and it's funny because you guys see where we think the line is. Like, okay, I won't push it too much because this is too offensive. But the thoughts that we have as stand-up comedians, when we're looking for material, we go as dark as our imagination takes us, and as light as our imagination takes us. there's thoughts that are like I'm sure like super offensive. Sometimes I don't speak of certain things unless I'm around people I'm comfortable with, because I know that they know who I am. They know I won't say I'm not saying this because I hate certain types of people, or I hate certain types of situation, or animals or whatever's. So I'm comfortable enough to talk about that. But really, it's just, hey, well, I'm looking at their reaction. Is this is this too much? Is this too far? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, okay, I'll bring it back then. When I go on stage, I don't take it to that level that I thought of. I dial it back. I bring it back. I don't, I don't want people talk about cancel culture, but I think you gotta be famous to get canceled. I mean, you gotta have something to cancel. So, like at my level, it's not, you know, there's no fear of getting canceled. Really, I mean, if somebody tells me you can't do this podcast anymore, I mean, what, the 5 people that watch or listen are going to be affected? I'm sure they get over it. There's 1,000 more podcasts out there, but I think so. I think you got to wait till after the investigation fully is complete before we can really, before I can make some kind of judgment. But what's out early is that the person is a MAGA supporter, a Trump supporter. The person had a gun, a replica gun with a blade attached to it. The person has a rap career, or air quotes, career. I don't, this, as far as I know. I mean, the person even had a song named Dave Chappelle, so I think it's documented that he is not a fan. As far as why he attacked, people is pointing out that it's possible that because of the things that Dave saying about the trans community, and we don't know. It could be tied together. It didn't help that Dave got on the mic right after and said it was a trans person. Somebody asked me if we about making a video for social media, like how everyone was doing, which I did also after the Will Smith and Chris Rock incident at the Oscars. But I don't know. I don't, because he was attacked and could have been killed or could have been hurt really bad. I don't know about making fun of, or poking fun at that situation, because I worked with Dave Chappelle. He's not saying James Money is his friend. I'm saying Dave Chappelle's my friend. I tell people, oh yeah. But I wouldn't, hate on people making videos, but I wouldn't do it. So like the Chris Rock and Will Smith situation, Will Smith didn't go up there to try and kill him or something like that. This one is possible. The guy went up to try and kill Dave Chappelle. That's insane. The other thing too is more material. If we learn anything, more material coming out. A lot of comics get up and you guys better not Will Smith me, man. I can fight, or whatever. I've said some stuff like as big as I am. I'm 6'7", 415 pounds. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody's coming up to get me. Johnny Rocks Hollywood asking, see what Will Smith started. Yeah, some people are saying that, but I think it hasn't been out in public eye, really. I think like a lot of the attacks that you see on YouTube, or audience attacking a comedian, is just on YouTube, where people don't see it unless it goes viral or on the news or something. He was trans. He was transferred to jail. You're right, Johnny, but the problem is they're not charging the guy who attacked Dave Chappelle with assault with a deadly weapon. So it's really strange. Not sure what's going to come of this, but I'm pretty sure after lawyers and people with money start chiming in, things will start happening. Oh, cool. So that's the Dave Chappelle incident. So other comedians out there, be safe, be careful. I mean, make sure you're looking around, head on a swivel. There's a stool on, always take a stool up on stage so that you can, use that as a shield or as a weapon, defend yourself. Cool. So when was it? It was a couple weeks ago in April 22nd. I went to LA. Went to go film some stuff with my friends on cinema. So we got to do some things. It was a lot of fun. For me it was pretty short. I think one day, it was originally supposed to be 2 days of shooting for me, but because one day I had to get tested for COVID and wait for the result, which I was okay with, because in LA or California you get paid $250 for taking COVID tests. The nurse came to the hotel room, which I had a nice hotel room in Marriott. Was it Spring Hill Suites in Burbank? Was cool because it was walking distance to Flappers in Burbank. So my first night there, I walked over to Flappers, and headlining was Caroline Rhea. I think she has one of my favorite jokes. One of my favorite jokes, where she talks about, it's an old joke. She's done this a long time, so I'm not spoiling it. If you haven't seen it or heard it, then you just missed out, because it was a long time ago. She said this joke where she was talking about Sound of Music, and there's a scene where the nuns are talking to Maria, Fräulein Maria, and I guess there's kind of scolding her, and then maybe I should pull it up, because I can, and that way, that's right, I forgot, I can share the screen. And on YouTube, hang on a second, folks. Caroline Rhea. There we go. Oh man, 12 years ago. Okay. Let me try and do this. Wow, the quality of this video is not so good. Hold on. Make it like this, and then we can share, like, share screen. Tab. Boom. Oh, not double click. Click share. I'm like this. Oh, add to stream. There is. Okay, maybe I should make it bigger. Can I make it bigger? Like, boom, full screen. Let's see what it looks like. Ah, yes, sir. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, Caroline Rhea has one of the funniest jokes, I think. One of her jokes, I think, it's one of my favorite jokes. All right, so here, I'll play it for you.
Greatest example of any of this, though, is in the movie The Sound of Music. Have you seen The Sound of Music? Yes. And we watch it every Thanksgiving, and there is a scene in which Julie Andrews says to Mother Superior, "Oh, Mother Superior, I just can't face it. And Mother Superior either just wasn't good with accents or she just didn't like Julie Andrews because she turns and says, "What is it you can't face?" Can you imagine? I swear to God, when you watch the movie, Julie Andrews goes like, "Huh?"
What is it you can't face? So that might be the dirtiest thing they've ever said on TV. So that's she was there. She was the headliner for that night, which is cool. Let's see. It was cool because my first time I get to see her in person. So it was shucks, but Bobby Collins. I forget the host's name. I don't know. Bobby Collins went first, and then the celebrity pop-up guest pop-in guest was Jeff Garlin, which was super cool. I was like, oh snap! It's from Curb Your Enthusiasm. So it was really cool. It was good to see. The only thing, so a lot of people, I guess, don't. I think Gianmarco Soresi talked about it in his episode where. So you go there, and the weird thing for me was, it was $25 to get in. Okay, cool, yeah. This is a actual comedy club. We're in LA. It's a quality show. But then when I went to pay. There, I didn't order online. I didn't do anything with online tickets. I was paying with cash, and then they said $30. I was like, oh, I thought it was $25. Oh, it's a $5 service fee. I'm like, service fee? What the hell is this? Ticketmasters? What the hell's going on? I'm right here. I'm paying for. Should be whatever the cover charge is. And then there's a 2-item minimum for like you got to order, drink, food or whatever's, but which I did, support. But it was cool to see a show at Flappers with some serious headlines, people with specials, people who have TV and movie credits to their name, and it was pretty weird because Caroline Rhea got up and she was wearing like she just came from the gym. She had mentioned that while she was working out, her daughter called her and said she needed her to pick her up immediately. Like there was a emergency, some teenage emergency or something. So she didn't have time to dress up though. But she still was funny. It was a great show. I was happy to see it walking distance to the hotel, so that was cool. All right, let's see what the comedy crew is saying. Johnny Rocks Holly, was I out of my element at the festival? Is that what you mean? No, it's I think you prefer to host like when it's like that is your thing. You like to be the master of ceremony. You like to present the show. You like to do a one-man show. You sing a song, or the other show you did a rap. But and you get the show started. It wasn't out of your element. I want to say that. You just it's like saying let's see, Michael Jordan's playing basketball and you tell him, hey, go get a bat and start hitting some baseballs. It's like the person's still the person. It's just they're not doing what I think they feel more comfortable doing. Maybe I don't know, that explanation might not be, or that example might not be good, but yeah, I'm not saying you're out of your element. See Safari Muse, what can you tell us about your experience between the audiences in Hawaii compared to Los Angeles? Also, I would really like to know, as a comedian yourself, what is your favorite city to perform in the world? Well, for that, I would have to say, I haven't performed in a lot of places. Majority have performed on Oahu. Have performed every island except let's see, Kauai, Maui, Oahu, Big Island. I didn't do stand up on Lanai. Can't go to Kaho'olawe or Niihau. But I've also performed in Vegas, LA a couple times, Vegas a couple times, and Idaho. I haven't been to other places to do stand up. Let's see. Vegas is pretty cool, but it was one of those. The name of the show is Dirty at 12:30. And it's after midnight. People are already drinking, and then they really pick up the drinking at the show. That audience was there to rock and roll. I really liked that audience. I performed there twice. The first time I performed there, Jose Canseco was in the audience, which is pretty cool. He comes into the green room with all the comics, and he's like, "All right, you guys can talk about the steroid situation." So I was like, off the bat, he's pretty cool. Who else? I performed at in LA at the Comedy Store, which it wasn't a good experience for me because I was only given 3 minutes, and I wasn't at that time. I haven't done 3 minutes, just 3 minutes, in over 5-6 years. So it's kind of like 3 minutes is easy, kind of, when you're starting out, because all you have is 3 minutes. But when you're used to doing 20 to 40 minutes, and then they tell you do 3, it's like, whoa, which out of all the material I have, what do I do? So it's kind of like you have to choose from. You go to Blockbuster, you can only pick one video. Oh man! But you go to your friend's house, he only has 3 videos. You can pick one. It's like, oh, okay, it's only this, and this. So, this most recent time at Zebulon where I performed, it was for alt comedy show, and the audience was really cool. There's some people that really liked my style. I went up first. Graham Elwood was there. He came to watch the show, and so he also helped me out. Analyze after, and I was like, man, all this stuff that I normally do that really kills. They laughed, but it didn't really hit right. It didn't hit the way it usually does when I tell these jokes. And then, and we talked it over, and then later on we figured out, what? I guess that crowd, one, they like the alt comedy style, which those of you that don't know, the guy who came up after me was a blonde guy a white guy with dreadlocks, wearing shades, an orange dashiki, blue denim shorts, and flip-flops or slippers. And he just gets up and he does like a revival. It's like, well, this room needs some healing, and and we're gonna bring up this guy to the stage, and we're gonna lay our hands on him because what is your name? And his whole 15-minute set was just that, but the crowd loved it. The headliner, Neil Hamburger, goes up, and that's who invited me to the show. And his stuff is real, oddball stuff, but funny. And they roared. And then the guy that went up after him gets up there, and he's wearing wife beater, basketball gym shorts. Like he looked like we woke him up to come to the show. And then he's just like looking around, like he was doing that for like 30 seconds before he even said anything. But he pauses like that a lot. He's like, you know what I'm saying? This guy, Bill Gates, he invented computer. You know what I'm saying? Come on. And he just does that for 15 minutes, like with long pauses. And I laughed too. That's what they wanted to see. And then that's when it really drove home some of the advice that people gave me, over the years, which was you got to find your audience. And when I saw that, it made me think of comedians like in our scene in on Oahu, Reese Paul. I was like, man, he would destroy in this room, and like you look at our scene with like the a majority of the island are local people. Tumua Tuine, that's their hero. I'm not saying that in a bad way. That's the person they look up to. Super funny guy, very likable person, good looking guy. He has it all, and very funny. Reese Paul, if he was performing, who's very out there in his thoughts, which I love about him, would struggle in Tumua's audience because it's just different styles, and that's the comedy is very subjective. So like and a lot of Tumua's shows is family friendly and clean material. So like but at this show at Zebulon, I was like, man, Reese Paul would destroy in this room. Johnny Sparkles would destroy in this room because they get the references that Sparkles would throw or Reese would throw out there, and they like that style. And I was like, that's it. So like a lot of comics, let's say in our scene in Honolulu, might struggle with the majority of the people on this island, but if they just found their crowd, the people that like their stuff, and got them all together in one room, they would destroy in that room. They would destroy and that's what I've been learning over the years is we all have our own styles. Well, like Kung Fu masters. This is that person's style. That's that person's style. We all have our own styles. So that's why lately I haven't been giving too much advice as far as how to do comedy or how to tell jokes, whatever. The only thing I would say would be like, hey, move the mic stand out of the way. I know it's a small thing, but so like the little things like that, like there's a lot of other comics. There's another kid named John C. who on Tuesday I called him the murderer because his style and the way he talks, it seems like he would be if all the comics in our scene lined up and they said one of them is a serial killer, going off the looks and the way the person performs on stage, they would pick John C. But if knowing John C is a really sweet person, that's just his style of comedy. Johnny Rocks Hollywood is more of a one-man show, in my opinion. He does do jokes, but he also performs. It's a whole show, like Cedric the Entertainer. If you ever watch his specials, there's dancers. He does songs. He does choreography. That's their thing. So Johnny Rocks Hollywood says, personally, because people pay to see me, I'm not looking casual, wasting a spotlight. Well, you're just fabulous. That's and the sequence jackets, and it's lovely. Jason Pepper Lamb in the house. You can't beat my Wu-Tang style. Oh, Jason, type it up on the comments. So Jason is, I'm sorry, Pepper, the misunderstood evil genius, will be running a comedy club here in Honolulu. I know I couldn't say it before, but you're already posting about it. So, was it Stand Up Honolulu? Is that what it's called? It's going to be in the Kaka'ako area, near Workplay Hawaii, in that area. So good spot. It's in the middle. Comics from the middle of the island and from town can all get there. It's going to be actual comedy shows from a comedy venue. And that's no insult on other venues. You know, like Hawaiian Brian's. I've always went with Hawaiian Brian's. HB Social Club. They're called now. They have like 4 different rooms now, I think. But Slack Key is in there. I love to do comedy out of there. They have the big room at Crossroads. It's a great place too. They're like rock venues or concert venues. You know, it's where, and a lot of places, like even in Chinatown or downtown Honolulu, majority of places build their restaurant or bar and then they throw a stage in there. Places like Slack Key, Crossroads, which is inside Hawaiian Brian's, know that you build the stage and then you build everything around the stage because everybody needs to see the stage. So they used to have their bar set up on the side of the stage, but because of the noise, they moved the bar. And then because they saw that it was still kind of interfering, so they moved it again away from the stage. You know, and a lot of places, you know, I wish they got that. Blue Note is a good one too, where the stage is the center, not the center, but you know, it's the centerpiece. You know, it's like here's the stage, everybody's facing the stage, the bar's tucked away. You know, all venues should look at that. You know, yes. So Pepper, the Stand Up Honolulu. Let's see. Oh, I'm booked on the. Wait, is that May or June 20th? 'Cause I thought you pushed it back to June. So the 20th and 21st, 8 p.m. sneak free preview shows. You guys are also having auditions, right? All right, cool. So Stand Up Honolulu. I gotta double check because let's see. Okay, yeah, cool. So Stand Up Honolulu. I'm booked on the 20th and 21st of, I'm assuming May, but I'm not really sure if it was May or June. But when the posters come out, I will be posting them. It'll be on my social media. So make sure you guys come out, support Stand Up Honolulu. Find them on social media as well. Cool. All right. So hopefully I answered all those questions. And gave those shout outs to the people. Let's see what's been happening. Well, we already discussed the Dave Chappelle thing. May. Okay, so I'm booked May 20th, 8 p.m. May 20th and 21st, 8 p.m. I am booked at the Stand Up Honolulu sneak preview show. Cool. Thanks, Pepper. Okay, so auditions are on the 12th and 19th of May. So go to social media, find Stand Up Honolulu, and DM them to try to, if you can secure a spot for the auditions, which is May 12th and May 19th. Cool. Yeah. So Johnny Rocks Hollywood saying congratulations to Pepper. All right. So what else has been going on in the comedy world? T.I. doing the comedy, getting into stand-up comedy, and gets booed, gets heckled, gets booed while he's performing at I know it's in New York, but it was like an arena show. So arena show. I don't need this anymore. And he gets booed. So in that situation, that's somebody who's famous and can draw. He can draw an audience. There's no doubting that. But does he have the chops to do stand-up comedy? Probably not. There's some people that have been doing this, like Joe Coy, been doing it so long. I think it's 20 years? before he even got a special. I'm at 13 years. I got 7 more years, maybe. Is it 20 or 30 years? Joker's been doing it a long time, but he's been hustling. There's other comics that have been doing it a long time. There's some that, you know, they struck gold early. Andrew Schultz. And it's funny because, like, Andrew Schultz, Tumo Tuine, you know, they saw what they needed to do, which was the pandemic shut things down, you know, social media videos, you know, they blew it up there, and shows that if you have 100K followers, you're selling out shows. So you guys listening, you guys can help me out and start following me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Well, mostly Instagram and TikTok. That, you know, or even YouTube. Get some followers, some subscribers. I've been picking it up. I really appreciate. Before I continue, I want to give a shout out to Comedy U Hawaii, ComedyU.hi, or at ComedyU.hi on Instagram, or ComedyUHI.com. Hit up that website, find out when the shows are. You know, I'm performing at their show every Tuesday at Hawaiian Brian's, except for the 17th, because my daughter comes home on the 16th, so I'm gonna take that couple of days off. So she actually wants to be an in-person guest on the podcast. I'm like, whoa, slow down, man. I only have one microphone, all right? So, you know, we can all want to do things, but we can't actually make them happen. You know, only one microphone. I mean, we can try, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. She can come out and steal the show, and then all of a sudden nobody's following me on Instagram anymore. But yeah, so ComedyUHI.com. Follow them on Instagram at ComedyU.hi. It's easy to remember because it doesn't make sense. Like, every time I always have to remember, am I talking about the website or the at on Instagram? So it's like ComedyUHI.com. Okay, that's the website. ComedyU.hi. That's the at on Instagram. Yeah. Maybe you guys can sort it out. But yeah, so T.I. got booed. And some people are surprised. Not me. I mean, there's a lot of people that want to do stand-up comedy, but it's not like you just go up and talk trash like you do with your friends, especially when you're rich and famous. Like, you need to struggle. You need to go to, you know, like we're you know, Johnny's been doing it for a long time all over the country. You know, Pepper has been doing it for a long time all over the country. He's been in Hawaii. They've both been in Hawaii, you know, lately for a long time. But they, you know, they have roots here. There's a lot of people that have been doing for a long time. And what happens when you do it in places like bars where people don't want to see you, or are drunk, or they were there just to drink, listen to music, but then there's you up on stage, and you might have said something offensive, and then they start a fight or something. You know, and being able to work or survive those rooms, man, the theater is easy. Arenas are easy compared to that. When you go to, when I started out, was doing comedy in front of 4 or 5 people in a dance studio. When I say dance studio, I'm not talking about nightclub or dance hall. I'm talking about in the daytime, that's a ballet studio. On Friday nights, we were doing stand-up comedy, and it was the same 4 or 5 people every Friday night, that audience. And it was like, my goodness, if I tell the same joke, it's not going to be a good thing. So that, when me and Michael C. Hall was performing in nightclubs, you know, the struggle, man. A lot of the comics. Kenny Kusaka, who had a headlining set at Next Door, I mentioned it. Mentioned the show. I was one of the openers there, and there was a fight. 2 women were going to fight in his show during his set, his headlining set. not because of him, but because of a comment that one woman had made that the other woman didn't agree with, and the two women just started. And he tried to calm them down. He did, but it takes away from his set. You know, the momentum that he built for that set now has to. You know, he cut his show off to address this, and asked the bouncers not to throw the women out, and hey, let's and he was trying to be friendly, and he did. He turned it around, But that kind of struggle, I do not believe that somebody like T.I. had to deal with doing stand-up. I'm sure as a rapper it's different. I'm sure as a dude or whatever his experience with life or whatever is, he probably didn't have, who he is. He probably just had to say one or two things and it would stop. But stand-up comedy is different. Like a lot of people for some reason think like we're, and there's a thing that gets me. They say stuff like, oh wow, what you guys do is amazing. I would never be able to talk in front of people like that and try to get them to laugh. I'd be so worried. I'd be so scared. I'd be so whatevers. But when they're in the audience, they're so disrespectful. They feel like they can talk to you while you're performing, and then some people think they're helping you, and it's like, no, you're not. Just either laugh or don't, but don't talk while I'm talking. So I think other celebrities that try to get into stand-up comedy will go do the same thing, because that's the thing. We've all bombed before. We've all struggled before. Chris Rock probably still struggles when he's working on new material. Kevin Hart does. They all do. It's just, it's not the same as when they first started, because they have the experience of, okay, this joke didn't work the way I wanted to, but let me get a laugh out of it anyways. Because I think the biggest thing is the audience awareness. Looking at the audience and seeing, they're not really digging this. Let me pivot. Make it like Ross Geller and pivot. So, good luck to you other celebrities that give it a shot. Shoot. It's strange because I feel like Netflix is going down. Although right now, this week, they have a Netflix Is a Joke comedy festival that's going on. But Netflix itself is struggling and looks like it's dying. I'm not saying it's dead, but they need to do something and turn it around, because the other streaming platforms are starting to take over. And what are we going to do about you, Netflix? They're starting to cut prices as far as projects that they have ongoing, or even future projects. Man. Now people are not going to be talking about that Netflix special so much. Like getting that comedy Netflix special. Back in my days, it was, try to get that HBO special. And then now it's Netflix special. What's going to be? I mean, what is that? Apple TV special, or Peacock special, Hulu special. By the way, I'm on Amazon. I have shows on Amazon, so you guys can check it out. Decker on Amazon, or the FNX comedy First Nations comedy experience that's on Amazon too. So I can say I'm an Amazon Prime comedian. Kaboom. I don't have too much to say about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. I mean, if you go on TikTok, everybody's talking about it, and I'm kind of sick of it. I still have to try to figure out a way to get to go viral on TikTok. So starting to learn those choreographies. So working on my dance moves. We'll see. Got some sketch comedy going to come out on social media in the next few weeks. Hopefully it becomes a regular thing. Try to build up social media. I welcome you all to follow along. I will be posting on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I said that already. Twitter. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I didn't think anybody was going to be up to watch. That's why I did it late. This is my first one back. This is season 2 of the Hawaii Comedy with James Monty podcast. We're going to make some tweaks. Still going to have guests on. But, you know, going to make some tweaks. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's see. David Spina. Bro, I come see you at your shows, but I'm a teacher. Got to wake up early. Let me know when you're performing in the summertime, bro. Yeah, so it looks like that's what I'm building towards. With the new material, I'm looking to headline in the summer. As far as venue goes, not sure yet. I know Blue Note, that was the Blue Note headlining gig. That was technically a Comedy U show. That wasn't James Monty's show. I headlined at Comedy U's show. So now I need to build up my following and do James Monty's show to get James Monty money, because James Monty's truck needs to be paid. Got some payments. Got a kid coming from college who's probably going to eat up everything in this house. So I will be doing a headlining set somewhere to be determined, at a date to be determined, but will be in the summertime. Yeah? And it's all depending on if I get accepted in some of these festivals that I applied for. So we'll see. But yeah, check me out so far the 20th and 21st at Stand Up Honolulu at 8 p.m. And every Tuesdays at Slack Key in Hawaiian Brian's. That's every Tuesday, okay? I'll be there next Tuesday or whenever this airs. Just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys sharing your time. Where is it? There it is. Okay, cool. Boom, boom. All right. Let's see. I'll see you guys again. I'll start doing podcasts again. Usually it's Monday, Thursday. Next week might change because I have a gig on Wednesday at Blue Note. Check out my social media page to see what the show is. It's a fundraiser for charity. So should be fun. There's a good lineup of comics. So well, I guess it is time. Let's see here. I forgot how I signed off again. Something about food or something. I gotta come up with something else. Maybe you guys can help me. Let's see. Say bad things to T.I. or something. Nah, I would never do that. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. There's some things I used to say with my Guys with Issues brothers. We used to say, so maybe one of these will do. If you guys hear this, comment and let me know. One of them would be, okay. All right, folks, thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the cloud. I like that one. Pretty good. Another one I would say, peace out, folks. Enjoy yourselves. It's like the cloud one better. And the last one is, let's see. All right, folks. All right, guys. I'll see you later. I hope you have sex tonight.
Yeah, I'll be living it and loving it the life. Stay in peace and try to never